What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. We've got Plat on the schedule tonight. See if we can kind of keep things going from Monday and see if we can turn that into a decent performance in Plat this week. Obviously, we got to get through the first two rounds, make a cut. But if we play anything like we did in True Sim, I think we should have a good shot at that. It's just kind of, can we take it to another level or not? Ooh, football. A football golf ball. Neat. I don't know. It's like that balance of them adding, like, yes, they're adding content, but is it really any content that people are looking for? I don't really know. Complete all the casual matchmaking stuff. Alright, I think we might... Let me check on this. We might still have some challenges left. I actually think we may have been in the middle of these... Oh, we have one challenge left. Okay, well. I guess let's get that done. Alright, welcome back for 15 streams, Yeet. I know the streak is much longer than that, but appreciate it nonetheless. Hope you're doing well. Okay. Finish the round with a score of 2 under or better. Get up and down 5 times in 9 holes. Record 7 gers. I don't think you can get up and down twice and record 7 gers. So we're gonna have to do two plays of this? Or no, up and down could technically be just a 1 putt, right? We might be able to play good golf and not have to forcibly play mediocre golf to get the job done. Hey, what's going on, Alex? Good evening. How are you doing? Trying to rebuild? Well, now it should be, at least to my understanding, it should be that you can watch a clip if anybody makes them, or watch the VOD, I guess. I don't know how lenient that is. Like if you have to watch a VOD before the next stream or what. But apparently you just have to watch the VOD now and it can count. That's cheating though, Map? I don't make the rules, man. Twitch is just trying to keep people coming back. And they're masking it. They're masking it as some sort of thing of like, oh, well, it's good for engagement and all of that. It's all just Twitch trying to get people on their platform more frequently, which I get. I think I might have to start looking at putts that way. I feel like I paint the picture better when I look at it from behind the hole. That's at least what I feel like I have recognized. feel like that's what I recognize from playing True Sim on Monday. So I'm gonna... This might make things slower, but I feel like... I feel like it's helping me to see the line. Maybe it'll help me that I don't... Maybe at some point I won't have to do that. Maybe I'll be able to, you know, perceive the break properly just looking at it, you know, in a normal way. Oh, I underswung it. Works for me, though. Works for me. Yeah, what's going on, McRagen? Welcome back, dude. I'm doing well, Chris. How about yourself? Although I have a question, Chris. How many lobster have you seen at the zoo? That's what I want to know. Because I'm trying to think. I don't know that I've ever seen a lobster at the zoo. You normally see them at the grocery store. Genuinely surprised that the wind turned it over that quickly. Yeah, I wish there was a faster way without the putting and approach camera to do this, but I feel like looking at it this way is helping me read it. Oh. I kinda slammed that. I kinda slammed that. Maybe some lobsters at the aquarium zoo. Touche. First time viewing, thought that was my name. Didn't have your glasses on. No, that's fine. I'll take it. I'll take it. It's not a bad nickname. Could definitely be called worse things, you know. Could definitely be called worse things than a zoo lobster. So fine by me. I closed it. I also don't know why it was defaulted to 98%, but the close certainly not helping. Just a personal funny? Hey, I'm always game for inside jokes. I mean, it's not the first time that lobster have been called Z Lobster, Z Clobster, Clobster. You know, Zoo Lobster, we'll just add it to the lobster names. Streamed for over 9 years. I've heard a thing or two. But that is a new one. Oh, come on. I closed it. Definitely closed it. I should probably keep in my head there that, like, I gotta focus on. I gotta focus on that. Love inside jokes. I'd love to be a part of one someday. That's a Michael Scott quote, right? We're shooting. We're doing all right. We're just doing a challenge to warm up here. It's one of the in-game challenges. As always, just kind of trying to keep working on my putting. I'm gonna try this. Got 103. I thought that's what I might need to bound it down there. It's close, but it was short, but I felt like if I took the driver, it just wasn't gonna work. That really didn't skip. That really didn't skip. I thought it was going to come out a lot more. There we go. Quads. Center cup. Things you'll love to see. Alright, this is one of the holes where they did the hole-in-one challenge. Let's see if we can figure something out here. Problem is, it's just at like that awkward distance that I feel like you have to try. Do something like this. I closed it again. It's into that upslope. It's not gonna really roll. Okay, it holds. The close is just so bad. Close is just so bad. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. All right, there's the up and downs. Good stuff. And then what? Oh, we got the GERS. We just need to get home in 4 over or better. I think we can manage that. 4 over or better should be more than okay. I've been closing it, so I tried to hit it more straight and I pushed it. Left it open instead. 85%. Yeah. We'll see about that. Okay, well that works. Gonna waste all my putts now. Just in time for plat. Can I maybe hit a contact point? Great Pitt. I'm sorry, I'm a Penn State fan. This is not a Pitt household. That's way uphill. Not way uphill, but I mean it's on and uphill. It's definitely a little bit up. I gotta take some off of this. There we go. I mean, the wind did not do what I needed it to. And it spun back a ton. I guess the point is where you're trying to find where the apex is. Is the apex of the putt, like, is it always 2/3 of the way, or? I guess it's not always. But I feel like oftentimes it is. Hey, happy midweek, Whacker Guy. Welcome back. Sister graduated from Penn State. Yeah, my wife and I met there. So we be a Penn State family. Almost nailed another long one. I think the uphill, like I think it being a foot uphill is what gets me in trouble there. But I don't know, feeling decent about the putting right now. Obviously these are a little bit slower than fast, so it's not really gonna be this type of thing we're gonna see. Pardon me, see on tour. Evo tool and a level up token. Nice, nice. I refuse to claim the EU specific stuff. I guess technically, like, I should be claiming the XP on a character, but 150 XP is like basically nothing. All right. Alright, well I think that's all of the challenges. I know it's one of the rewards not claimed, but I think as far as completion goes, we've got all the stars. Alright, well, I don't really want to do just like a 20-minute warm-up and go, so let's maybe play like, I don't know, the front 9 of Kinetic or something to get going for Plat. I feel like Kinetic tends to be the harder one, even though you would think it would be Elite, and some weeks it is Elite. I think Kinetic generally is scheduled a little more difficult. Very high, moderate, moderate, fast. Okay, it'll probably be good to see some very high winds, just to kind of get our eye dialed into it. Alright, guy, what do you got? Par 5 to open. Well, we can go power drive right up the gut. That's gonna leave us here. We'll try and sit things. This is where it gets a bit dicey. I think this is just where I've been struggling. Yeah, we're still a little bit off on that. I mean, it's not the worst, but I feel like that just tends to be how we miss. Good evening, Busey. Yeah, I just one thumb, left thumb. Nothing really fancy about the way I swing. The apex should be earlier in this putt. Maybe in those ones I need to still like double check with some numbers and see like where it's putting me. I feel like if it's more of like an even break, I read it better, but when it's like that. Okay, we were well left on that other one. Maybe try and go a little bit out here. Yeah, see, that's on a much better line. I think so long as I look at like where the club face is aligned, I think that might help me get a better picture painted. Got a head cold given away? You're sick of it? No thanks. My son got the flu shot. He's all sniffly and stuff. I've got... It's not a head cold, but I've been having some seasonal allergies for a bit here that I'm annoyed with. Keep taking stuff. I left that open. I could feel it. Oh, that would have been so good. That would have been so good. I hope you feel better though, Busey. That's never fun. That is never fun. Yeah, Whacker, I know that there are a bunch of different swing methods, and like, don't get me wrong, there's definitely, you know, method to the madness, but this is just kind of how I learned, and I was able to make it work this way, and that's good enough for me. I was trying to give it a chance to go in. If I go out here. Okay, I guess I gotta trust it. And we'll definitely keep getting more comfortable with it as time goes on, I think is the other thing I have to remind myself of. And I'm trying to play the big fade in, but I don't want the water to affect it. That was gonna be dicey at best anyway. Feels super awkward. I agree, but I think it's like anything, right? With some practice. Yeah, I'm pretty well at the mercy of wherever that slope rolls me out to. Okay, I just underhit it by 1%. That's good. We wanna see these things. We wanna see these things drop. It's good for the confidence. So I feel like we're hitting it pretty well. We just have to keep up good decision making. Definitely dialing it in a little bit closer. Not getting as many of the, like, 3 to 5 yard ones. We're getting it inside of 2 yards, which I think is a great place to be. Hey, what's going on, guy? Good evening. How's it going today? Hope work isn't too unpleasant. Alright, let the face get too far open. We're gonna have to play it so that we hang out to the right and try and ride this ridge. Better strike. I couldn't commit too far left because if it came out short, the water was gonna be in play. Yeah, what's going on, Hoku? Welcome back, welcome back. We alright? We're trying to get it out to the right so it starts to swing back down the hill left. Oh, it's gonna stay left though, I think. That's a great effort. It's a great effort from downtown. Good evening, John. You're tired? I was tired early. It's a weird thing. I get tired during the day and then it's like later in the day, eat dinner and then like get ready for stream. Like, I don't know, for whatever reason, the energy like ramps up. So I feel like by the time stream comes around, I'm definitely awake and geared up. Also, just kind of had a blast with Mega Bonk last night, not gonna lie. Keep thinking about it. I want to play it, but I don't want to play it off stream because I always feel like it's that like content deprivation mindset. Don't want to do something cool off stream. Hey, what's going on, Eric? Real Rambo coming in with the raid. Welcome. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome on in, everybody. We're playing some TGC Tours kinetic rounds to get warmed up here. We will be hopping into our plat rounds very, very shortly. Hope you're all doing well. If you're finally on the leaderboard through 2 rounds in ranked tour, playing a lot, getting a good feel, get in there, Eric. Love to hear that. Oh, is that really? Man. I thought it would hang out just a little bit more to the left. Like, just a little bit more to the left. I thought 5 inches uphill that we would kind of hammer through it, but it just turned the corner. How we going? How we doing, Rambo? How was the stream? What were you up to? Can tell I'm enjoying it. Yeah, it feels like it's been a minute since I've had a game where, like, I enjoyed Jedi Survivor, don't get me wrong. But been a minute since I just, like, had a game where I was like, oh man, like, I, like, really want to just go back and start playing that, like, immediately. Keep grinding it. Come on, turn over to the right. Chase up there. This might be too far back. Just awkward enough. Maybe if we had played it. Nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. Okay, I think we're set. I think we're set. Little 9 under through 9 warm up. Here, I'll give it. We'll give one hole in one chance. Can't end on a par 3. Gotta give yourself an opportunity to hole one. 96. Oh, we're like awkwardly in between. Because I know it's a choked 5. 203, 205. Maybe we can take a little bit off of it. Alright, we had to give it one more chance to hit a hole in one. That feels like it's going to be short. The wind just didn't take me the way that I was hoping. I thought we were going to get a few more yards out of the wind. Uno Bells, thank you for the follow. Why was that bugging out? It's like it should be moving my marker as well. Like matchmaking when you go from playing master all the time? Yeah, well you're playing harder conditions, you're used to the misses being more punishing. Yeah, there's definitely, I would say, a lot of benefit to playing the tougher conditions. Alright, we'll end on that. Spleefo, they do have 3-click in this game as an option. The main difference between last game and this game is that 3-click is not available in any of the ranked game modes. I believe in casual matchmaking it's available, but all of the ranked playlists are... So ranked tours and ranked matchmaking, there is no 3-click. I'm a little bit surprised that they didn't end up having a separate playlist for 3-click, but excuse me. They kind of made it sound like they would, explore that option if it came about that there was enough interest. Either there wasn't enough interest or they didn't care enough and nobody seemed to outwardly really complain. Thank you, Udo. Hope you're doing well. All right, so we're gonna run a quick 2-minute break, get the pre-rolls cleared, and then we're gonna hop into our plat rounds. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we play well enough and we make the weekend and we'll get all 4 rounds in here. So appreciate you being here. If you're watching over on YouTube, you can drop a like on the stream, helps me out immensely. And yeah, I will see you guys back here in 2 minutes. chance. You love golf, Hampton? I love golf too. I love golf too. I'm not great at it. Not even good at it. But I do love it. Love the grind. All right. Plat round 1. We got us off the tips. High winds, very firm, and fast. So yeah, we're gonna have to, if we can help it with these very firms, try and get it down further into wedge territory just to help try and control that bounce. Obviously, that's kind of always easier said than done. Now, this is 365 downhill, downwind, majorly uphill, also huge camber. So I feel like a little choke shot up the left-hand side. Actually, let's try this. Let's go a little bit more into it. Don't know that I got it up left enough. The very firms were just too much. I mean, the uphill did help. And we're on in 1. I needed to be a little bit more up that left-hand side, I think. And probably a little bit choked. I didn't think the very firms were going to get me quite down this far, which I know is probably a pretty dumb-sounding thing. This is gonna just have so much break in it, man. This is gonna have so much break in it. Because you're gonna hit this with what, 65% power, and it's gonna start turning. I feel like that's gotta be out a little more. Still low. Wow, that just snaps so hard. You have to get it like high enough early to try and come down on an angle. I mean, we'll take birdie there. You obviously would love to see a little bit more of an eagle look. Uphill with wind, I feel like I gotta be a little more left just to make sure. Well, my brain said left. I'll pull it for you. 242 uphill into wind, but we might have stretched it far enough. Might have stretched it far enough. I want to make sure that we're on there. I know it's probably too far to the right, but I just didn't want to flirt with that left edge. Did not want to flirt with that left edge and miss it in the crap. Yeah, what up, JB? How's it going, dude? Steve, welcome back. Think we're needing to go up pretty high on this. We want to give it a look, because like that last one, it's about trying to perceive the way that it's gonna break down into the hole. And sometimes you paint the mental picture. Sometimes you paint the mental picture and you drain the putt. It's hit or miss, Steve. It's hit or miss, man. Just keep trying different things to try and help with visualization and counting and different stuff. Yeah, it's all over the place. I feel like on longer putts like that, I gotta try and feel it. On some of the shorter stuff, I should probably be trying to count it. Definitely, putting's always a mixed bag. Not exactly where we want to be, because like downhill lie is kind of a flyer, but if it lands short but it's out of the light rough so it'll roll, we might have to Yeah, look at how that flew out of there. That was choked. And that's the price we pay for not being in the fairway. All right, but we're gonna kind of go back to what we just did there, and I need to try and really capture in my head how I think this is gonna break at the end. That's a little firm. But sometimes it goes your way. This is a little weird. I'm not used to putts going in all over the place from longer distances. But 4 under through 3 we'll take. Absolutely. Absolutely we'll take it. I'm okay with this being a little bit under hit. Like, we're just trying to find fairway here, give ourselves a nice wedge up the hill. Now we're towards the back of the green uphill. Seems normal, Scott. Yeah, just a regular night here. You know, just all the putting prowess that I have. 112, 110. See, if I went full, let's call it 118, 116. I think what I need to do is choke it and hit a little D-loft to kind of cut some of the spin out of this. The wind turned, didn't it? I think the wind turned. I should have just like fully reset the shot. I tried to like tweak adjustments and stuff from that. That was no bueno. That was no bueno. I shouldn't have. Imagine that. We actually read that one right on the money too, and we underhit it by 1%. Okay. All right, we dropped our first par. Let's get it back on track, because we gave ourselves a longer, like, our proximity has not been good, but we've been making putts. 160, 170, not quite 180. It's very firm, but up the hill. We take 168. See, I feel like my problem with this shot is actually sailing it past the hole. To take it back, I mean, it's very firm. There's a backstop there. Apparently I caught it on just like the perfect spot where it doesn't get to the uphill, but it still takes a pretty big kick. All right, so down this hill, it's gonna break. Things you absolutely love to see, Jamie. Things you absolutely love to see. What's going on, man? Happy Wednesday. Hope all is well with you. Okay, it's drivable. Not necessarily getting back to the hole drivable. The question always becomes, can we put this in a place where we can get up and down? I think the answer is yes. Like bound it down to the back right part of the green. I pulled it. Well, now I've made it incredibly difficult because I did not hit my point. Okay. Now we're in a tough spot. Overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer. So you can hit a pitch shot. Pitch shot's gonna go. Don't think I can really stop it though, so put it down here and try and make a comebacker. Hold it. All right, well, we know what happened there, right? Like we went aggressive, missed our tee shot. Similarly though, like we could have tried to lay up and also missed that. So like I can't be too upset over it. Okay, got to make sure that we correct it and we get inside on that swing path. Back hole location. We're gonna be in an awkward distance. Do not like this, Sam. I am. Because I gotta play a little off of this, and it's such a tight window to this shot. Okay. Yeah, it's a tight one. Like, it's there's that hill right in front, and I'm scared with into a headwind that if we hit that we're donezo. Let's see if we can visualize this. Because it's gonna definitely drift. We want it to come in at like 7:30, 8 o'clock. Turn. Just didn't quite turn early. It rolled a lot straighter in the beginning of that putt. I used to be playing with the grid. Who done it? Yeah, we play TrueSim on Mondays, but we've got grids on when it comes to our plat rounds. I hope you're doing well. Demand, good morning. Welcome back. How are we today? Hey, thank you, D-Brad. We started hot, 4 under through 3, but we've since cooled off. Only 5 under through 7 now. Still overall, I would say pretty good. Gotta dial them in a little bit closer. I mean, these are at least in that, like, makeable range. Still flirting with it. Like trying to hammer things through, but that was almost a little bit too much up the right-hand side. Pounding down the very firms. I'm gonna take a little bit off as we kind of go for this choked part of the fairway. Living up, it's a crisp 40 degrees, feeling good. It's 51 here, but yeah, we're definitely getting to that time of year where it starts to get a little bit cooler, especially overnight. What up, Sinclair? Stream TrueSim? Yeah, we stream TrueSim on Monday nights. We shot 59 under this past week. Unfortunately, that's still like, I think it was 7 strokes off a second and 8 strokes off a first. 2 guys just absolutely popped off this week. Very gettable course. Overhit it. Okay, we do get a little bit of bite. But still, that 101 instead of 100 definitely coming into play when the wind is like that. Firm and downhill, just put it a little left so that it can't really go anywhere but in. Alright, I mean, it's still 7 under going out. I can't be too upset by that, but plenty of golf to go. 260 into the 280s plus off of it. 35 yards on the very firms. That's gonna chase for sure. I'm just trying to get it up close. I know this is kind of a bold line. Trying to get it up near the green, and then we can go for whatever from here. In an ideal world, I chip this. But in a video game world, we have to play a super flop. A little bit underswung my partial, but we're in makeable territory. This is your last week above freezing for the rest of the year. Fortunately, it looks like it's going back up to upper 60s, maybe even peeking into the low 70s over the weekend. So, fall is holding out for us just a little bit here, which I'm very appreciative of, because I feel like we've had a number of years lately where like end of summer hits and you just like dive straight into early winter and don't really get a fall. So I'm pretty pleased. Okay, this is definitely below the feet a little bit. Should be curling right. I still didn't give it enough. And I left this short. Like, trying to leave it on that shelf. Okay, how much do we think with the 1 foot adjustment that I gotta bring this back? Like here, maybe? 69, nice. Doesn't move at all. See, I had that other one that like had barely any movement, and I played it a little bit less outside and it went low. That one just didn't move. I don't really know how to gauge that. Don't even call it fall, it's just a break. We were on a break. Well, I'm hoping that falls, because last year winter was so cold here. I think the average temperature for the winter was like 27 degrees or 26 or something. It was like crazy windy. My electric bill was so much. I think I had, and we don't even keep our house that warm. I think we had like a $300 and a $400 electric bill. I was like, no, thank you. A little bit cheaper would be appreciated. still am not getting that visualization right. I feel like distance is good, but not getting the visualization correct for that wind. It's just turning over so much more. Oh, that is... I think because it was out of the light rough that my visual perception, like, the physical timing of it, I knew where it was, but the visual threw me off, and I went 7% over. Oh, man. Well, that's painful. Nice. Nice. What a bogey to take. What a bogey to take. Okay, I gotta trust my feel on that more than my eyes, I guess, out of the light rough. Because I was trying to look for my like visual reference point. I don't know if the rough around my feet kind of obscured it or what happened there, but that was not pretty. Is that wind really rotating that much on me? What do we got here? Like 12? De-loft it, try and punch it through. I mean, yeah, as I say, it's very firm and it's still the 5-iron, so should roll. That's not bad at all. Northern Lights starting to show up. Average 20 under. That's too cold for me. That's too cold for me. No, thank you. Glad you like it. Not for me. Oh, I almost left that outside. What's going on, James? Welcome back. Downhill with the way this is going. I'm gonna try and cut it up against. I actually think the smart thing is to go over here. I think if we cut this up against and take this sort of an angle. Get us up the right-hand side of the fairway and let it have enough room to drift back left. Oh, nice. We even keep it on the right-hand shelf. What's going on, Cole? Mason from Busted Jack, like swinging everything. This is what 69 in every stat looks like. Any similarities to persons, real or fake, is unintended. I don't know, I feel like I gotta... What are those disclaimers that they have on shows and stuff? I'm gonna try and play the, like, high cut. Let it ride the wind. It's still gonna be too long. It's higher, so the very firm should sit nicer. Nice. Okay. Things you love to see, we'll take that. Out in Fairbanks, Alaska. That'll do it. That'll do it. I don't know too many people from Alaska. I think I know maybe only one other, but I haven't seen him on Twitch in ages. Used to stream, but always was hard to kind of catch his streams with him being behind. He'd always be like maybe just starting when I would be getting off. Hey, what up, ears? Practicing Fields Ranch East with perfect swing? Hey, gotta start somewhere. Are you just trying to get a feel for the game as a whole, or are we trying to like scout out that course in particular to perfection? Like, what's the overall goal? Okay, let's see here, because I feel like I actually want to use that backstop. That's too much. 160, 153. I'm gonna try and I'm gonna try and punch this choked 8-iron into that backstop, roll it back down. And I closed it. Okay. Do you chip this to skip through the light? This could go really bad. Like, the smart thing is to take the super flop. The dumb thing is to try and knock something through the heavy rough, but I feel like it's gonna roll too much. Okay. Know when you're beat. Know when you're beat. Close. We're gonna have to take the par there. Sitting outside watching the mountains and watching this absolute legend. I don't know about absolute legend, but I appreciate the sentiment. See if you can do it with Pro-Am and swing stick. Well, good luck. I hope it all goes well for you. I'm not taking on 1v1 challenges. We've got tournaments to play. Closed. That's gonna be probably off. We would have had a chance at it too. Now I'm gonna still try this. It's not gonna be very pretty. It's not gonna be very pretty, but let's see. Gonna try and like sling this out of the rough, overpower it. See if we can't chase it to the left from the fairway here. Maybe we can get enough off of these very firms with the heavy rough that we can actually accelerate our way across the green towards the hole. I think we're gonna run out of green to work with here. It's gonna slow down. I'll take it. I mean, it's 50 feet to go. If we were a little bit more to the left, I think I would have appreciated that, because I don't have this giant swale to contend with. Tournaments to win? No, just to play. I mean, the true sim, we have a chance at winning. These ones, guys are just, I don't know how they're as good as they are. I mean, they play a lot more than me. That probably has a lot to do with it. I play realistically, I play very, very little. I have no idea if this is gonna get close or not. May not have been bad if we actually hit it. Left it 1% short. Being that far out to the right, I probably needed to add to it. Honestly. Wow. I just completely overpowered that. I didn't think it was gonna cut through the break that strong. Okay. Should have sat and looked at that a little bit longer. Definitely kind of stepped up and made an assumption very quickly, which was not good. It does move to the right here. That's a great shot, though. All right, let's think about this one a little bit longer before we get too far ahead of ourselves. Much better, much better. I think on that par 5, I just underestimated like how much extra pace I put onto it. I think I was like in the right state of mind and then just didn't make that final adjustment. No Element scored a 33 under, 4 birdies on par 3s, 13 eagles, and an albatross. I mean, I think you probably, if you understand things enough with that, then yeah, you definitely need to challenge yourself more with the swing difficulty. Are in Alaska due to the internet not being up to date? That makes sense. That makes sense. Like, I'm in central Pennsylvania, but even with how rural that is, like, I still have fiber now. And I would imagine that in Alaska, you're probably not getting a lot of fiber. It's online, but the very firms. The pin helps. Pin definitely helps. Nice. Okay. Good finish. A bad bogey and a missed opportunity on the par 5 for sure. But I think solid overall. I actually don't even know what we scored. I try really hard not to pay attention to exactly where we're at. Try and stay in the moment with each shot. Only 11. Only 11. Realistically played more like a 13, right? If we think about that bogey and then because that's from like the overpowered putt and then missing that birdie putt. That was definitely makeable. But only missed 1 medium putt. Yeah, not the worst, just didn't put ourselves in quite enough good positions. But yeah, I think it's all right. I think it's all right. Not the greatest, but we'll take it. All right. Round 2. We got to make magic happen here. Make sure that we make the cut. Hopefully we can get a few shots a little bit closer, make a couple more putts there from outside 10 feet. But yeah, let's just try and get some closer shots in there. We're going to take a quick 2-minute break, get rid of the pre-rolls, get everything situated here, and then we'll dive into round 2. Hopefully make the cut and get into rounds 3 and 4. So yeah, if you're watching over on YouTube and you're enjoying, you can drop a like, helps me out immensely. As always, you can always YouTube sub, always follow the Twitch, all that jazz if you like it and want to come back. But yeah, I'll see you guys back in 2 minutos.
It's raining.
Ads. Fairbanks is the third largest city in Alaska. Only 30,000 people. About to get 5G. Hey, eventually it's bound to roll out, right? I mean, I know in some countries, you know, I don't know how it's going to turn out for the U.S. because politics and all that, but you know, I know in other countries, you know, internet is deemed as a basic need, and so there's money put into that infrastructure. I don't necessarily see that happening in the States, like at least in, you know, in general. But we shall see. Alright, going for a power drive on the first swing. And that's money. Now we're gonna get a wedge. Now we're gonna get a wedge in. It's gonna be spinny. That's the thing. So like, I don't know, do you play it full and just allow that to happen? Cause this is what, 112? That's probably even further. 114 maybe with that downslope. Plays to like 100. Is that gonna spin too much? I feel like maybe I should go like this and put a little bit of deloft to try and control this spin. It's round 4 stand-up? Yeah, we're 11 under through 3 rounds. I just decided I'm gonna play all of it, even though I'm playing like trash. I was hoping we would get the spin back to the left. See, I just keep missing those. Can't quite seem to get them like right on line, unfortunately. Got Northern Lights every other day, so fair trade. We've had Northern Lights here, I believe. But it's also... because I think I saw somebody in like our, development Facebook group post about it. I missed them. I don't know if you need to have something, so I still have never seen them in person. I'm sure they'd be absolutely gorgeous. I did see... I felt really bad. My wife watches some YouTube vlogs and stuff, and this one couple, they went to like the upper parts of Finland near like the North Pole and everything to see Northern Lights. I think you can stay in those like rounded huts and stuff, and it was overcast skies. I was like, that sucks. Like, you travel so far for that. I think we need to be trying to get up here somewhere and have a putt back. I think this is one place where I tend to maybe overreach a little bit. Oh, I left the face wide open. Might turn out okay. Because this ridge here rolls it. That's one where I actually would have been better off getting a fairway kick. Yeah, that was bad. Intrusive, for example, if the cup is tilted to the left, so you're thinking breaking that way and it goes the other. So, also look at the flag. It kind of an odd thing, but like if you look at something like this, let me just put it with the putter so I can move around. So like this, the flag you can see is tilted. Right? If you look at that A marker, that marker goes straight down. And then you can see that it's leaning to the right. You kind of have to cross-reference different views. The way that I look at it is if the flag tends to be the best indicator. You can look at the cup too. If the cup from like different directions looks different, it tends to be straighter. But look at it from some different angles. If you're sure of it at like your feet, you can always do something like this where like if you read in this putt, you can look at it from this angle. And like if it looks like you're looking up the hill, then you can see if it tilts back. You can see if it gets flatter or starts to go the other way. You do have to look for some of the subtleties. Not bad. We'll take the up and down for bird. Figured you wouldn't have that in here. Yeah, I mean, it sometimes isn't the easiest to tell. But if you can... That's why I kind of talk about finding known goods, right? If you can for sure know... You know, sometimes the reads aren't always there, and so it's even more guessing. But for the most part, it's a lot of just like... Okay, I know what this is, and I know what it is at the start, and I know what it is at the end, and trying to figure out the middle. It is definitely a little bit harder if you don't know one of the ends. But you can try and look at it and see if you can decipher anything. Get in there, JB. 7 streams in a row. Things you love to see. Game has a couple of flaws, especially when you're in a bunker. Why can't you have a top-down view, Chris? A top-down view? Like, you want to just, like, look straight over the head? Because, I mean, you can cycle through some of the cameras. I mean, this is as close to a top-down view as you're going to get. I feel like if you were top-down, it would be really, really hard to see what your swing's at. I don't know. You're the first person I've ever had talk about that. I personally wouldn't use it, but that doesn't mean that more people wouldn't. This is gonna be close. Please get onto the green. Don't hit the fairway. Wow, that landed softly. I guess that makes sense. It's firm, not very firms. So what are the chances that this misses low? There we go. I do not like it, Sam. I am. Got quite accurate with bead counting. If you miss anything under 20 feet, you're shocked, but it still does happen. Alright, well then I need to come to you for some lessons. No, the hard part is, like, I have some methods to the madness, but it's assigning the right number consistently is the hard part. The shot preview before you swing for the ball. I mean, I can swing from this. I'm not sure I'm following, Chris. I thought I was, but now I'm not so certain anymore. See, it's so uphill. But I think going up a club is not going to be it, so I got to de-loft this some. 111. Like 103. Gonna basically nullify the wind. Little bit of bounce, so give it some of this. Alright, another pin shot. And the pin has actually stopped the ball and not given me like the big ricochet kicks. Well, at least I don't need bead counting for those. 168, 175. 158 and even more. So that would actually be like short. Trying to get as straight of a swing on this as possible. Faded just a little bit on me. Yeah, that's why I wanted the D loft. But I felt like if I went to choke 7, I feel like that would be a bit more problematic. Okay. It's inside 20 feet, but the amount of break on this, I don't know, I'm feeling maybe a little bit better about. Going for a feel putt on this one. Going for a field putt on this one. Nice. What level are we on? So we play... Most of the rounds that we play are on some sort of modified Master to Legend difficulty. So we are currently playing on 1.58 XP multiplier. So it's on Legend Swing, but we have... You know, we still have like the green grid and aim marker and stuff on. What's going on, Hunter? Golfing in the morning, want to predict your score? 18 to 20 handicap. 18 to 20 handicap. Golfing in the morning. Ball's gonna fly a little bit less this time of year. We're gonna go 94. We're gonna go 94 is the prediction. All right, Brain did not want to go in the water. I went aggressive on this twice. I missed my swing path the first time. I have to make sure whatever I do with this shot that I let it roll down to here and have the... I can't be short. Can't be short, can't be short, can't be short. Whatever, 95%. I know it's too much, but like I said, we need to be guaranteed long, so I at least have this look. How that jumps out so far to the left is beyond me, but we'll take it. 94 is what I said, Hunter. You had the most horrific play here for Eagle. Yeah, I mean, that is still the thing. Like, we went after it, but it's not like it's necessarily something really nice as a reward for going for it. Perfectly cut the corner. Try your best, go get it. Go get it, Hunter. I was gonna play today, but the guy I was gonna play with, he hurt his knee a couple days ago. Hasn't quite recovered. He recovered enough to like walk, but putting the torque of a golf swing into it, probably not the wisest. 21, 18. Up the hill. See, the problem is this is gonna land. Am I dumb for trying to stretch this? Probably, but... I like going for it. Rewarded. I consider it regular on my stream. Do you tell your friends about streams? Like, yeah, I watch this guy and have him predict my scores. I'd say you're regular enough, Hunter. I'd say you're regular enough. Decent? What up, Casey? We go, man. Last Rusin question. We have, let's say, 80-yard, 60-degree shot. Trying to guess the partial percentage. Well, first off, I'm trying not to leave myself an 80-yard shot. But yeah, I'm trying to guess the partial percentage at that point. With the 60-degree wedge, actually with most of the clubs, the first like 10% that you take off tends to be exactly like one, you know. So if you have a 100-yard club, right, we'll go nice round numbers. If you got a 100-yard club and you take it to 90%, it should go 90 yards. If you have a 150-yard club, take it back 10%, it should go 135 yards. It starts to fall off a little bit more after that, but yeah, that's in spitball range. But yeah, first goal is don't leave yourself 80 yards. If you've left yourself 80 yards, like sometimes I try and run something up and I run it up too far. Like that's definitely a possibility. But the ultimate goal is really just don't put yourself in that situation in the first place. Oh, I pushed it. We got that far inside? Yeah, we're gonna be short right because of it. Still in makeable putt territory. Good. Good. At least missed in the right spot. My number one rule, one of the main things taught you. I mean, it's just I find it very hard for whatever reason to hit the swing path as well. Like that's like kind of a weird thing that I've noticed is like hitting my points on a partial shot. It's just extra variables. I find that I have a harder time hitting the points and I have a harder time hitting the actual percentage. So I just try and leave it. Try and leave it in the right spot as much as I possibly can. Yeah, not always gonna get it right, but definitely try to. Hey, welcome back, Ben. How are we today? 131. Let's call it like 129. And then we're going uphill into this like 12, 13 mile an hour wind. Yeah, I think this will be good. If we go long, it's got backstop. If it's short, you're hitting a choke shot. That's what the backstop's for. That's what the backstop's for. You'll one day learn me the 108. I don't know, JB. I think you're doing just fine. I mean, I know I'm not 108ing, but I think you're doing A-okay. Okay, I'm gonna just try and underhit this a little bit. Uh-oh. Well, I did underhit it, but I did it again. I closed it. That's twice now. I don't think that's going to be far enough, so I want to be closer. Hole closed. Dang. Alright. Let's try and get the up and down. %58. Stayed out. I know I overswung it, but that thing just stayed left. It never turned. 1 degree pull and it hit left rough between the green and water and died on the green, then made eagle. Yeah, well, there's the other side of it. There's the other side of it. I managed to hit the closed and then, you know, GG's. I mean, realistically, I probably shouldn't go for a flop there because my flop game is not really all that accurate. Okay, we're gonna play a little bit of a fade to try and sit this guy. Push. Am I really gonna go back-to-back water? I'm gonna miss the cut now. That's kind of the way this is going. I put 2 in the water. Oh boy. Actually, we might still be okay, even with 2 water balls, but certainly not doing myself any favors. Downhill lie. All right. I actually didn't realize, so I didn't realize that we went 9 under with 9 birdies on the front 9. I actually had no idea that we were cruising along at that rate. Really would have assumed we made some pars along the way. What is it with the power drive? The 2 times that we've gone power drive, we've completely botched it. Learn the hand position. Yeah, you can sometimes feel it out. It's more about guessing the yardage, I feel like. So, like, here's I made a mistake. Right? Here I definitely made a mistake. I am further than I want, but it's not true sim, so I don't have to worry as much. Like, I still have to hit the partial. I underswung it. See, but that's what I'm talking about. Hitting the number is still very difficult for me. Like, even though it's all right there in front of me. Come on, man. Are we really gonna just start missing all these putts? Gosh darn it. Okay, come on. Focus up. I don't know what's kind of happened at the turn here, but... losing touch a little. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Aside from the fact, like, it's where I miss like 3 yards. That's always not great. Okay, I need to stop adding as much as I've been. I think that's my issue. I'm adding too much pace and not compensating enough. Gotta be kidding me. Now I'm in the, like, I can't trust my reads. Now I'm in the I can't trust my reads territory. Come on. Let's get it back. Let's start going happy medium. Let's start going happy medium. Big bounce up there. I know it's firms, but it's tailwind. Alright, well, I don't have to think about that putt, but that at least gets us back on the board with a birdie. Okay, we get away with it. Get away with it for sure. That power drive is giving me a little bit more fits. I'm like just off the mark, it seems. Made your first TGC cut this week, Steve? Get in there, man. Get in there. Love to hear it. 185. 169, but then it's cutting through a little bit on that D loft 6-iron. All right, hoping that chases. I'm hoping with this sort of lie here. Come on, keep crawling left. Kind of where we needed to be. There's a backstop if we're more to the left. I thought that the like angle that we were was gonna start to have the wind start to turn it, but underswung it. Oh, I think we might have been onto something pretty good. Come on, let's get a couple strokes. Not let that those bogeys affect us. I want to actually go a little bit more up here. Actually, as much as I want to power drive, let's not power drive, because the power drive has been not great for us. There we go. Go with the slightly safer shot. I haven't been able to power drive, winds at the tail. We don't necessarily need it in order to get a shot onto the green, so let's play it smarter. Ah, Booby Miles, thank you for the follow. Hope you're doing well. 210. Ooh, that's gonna be close to there, but it's uphill. Definitely gonna skip a bit more. Put a little more loft on it, try and hit it into that slope. Green's moving right to left. Let's get it out here. Can't see the flag. Oh no. Fairway kick. Rip. The wind didn't play as much up the big hill there, and so instead of hitting the big uphill, we got a big ol' freaking kick. And now we gotta try and figure out on this dainty little putt down the hill how it's gonna break. I'm gonna go just a hair left, I think. Actually gonna go a little bit more to the left. Oh, he's tucking? Oh, he's tucking? Imagine that. We made a good read. It's a big putt. Overhit it. I think actually if we hit it where we wanted to, that would have gone in a little bit more comfortably. Yeah, get two back there. That's very good for the comfort within the soul. Choked iron 74. I think if we try and put a little bit of loft and stuff into this, we can maybe... Turn this back over. Come on, sit. Sit, 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 sit. Get down, get down, get down, get down, get down. Works for me. Shorter putt. It's 5 feet. I don't want to baby it. There we go. Try and find the happy medium. Try and find the happy medium. I don't know, we kind of lost the plot for a few holes. Could have been in a pretty nice position. I mean, even if we just par, that's 24, but I think we gave up more than just 2 strokes through that stretch. Not certain what happened. But let's finish strong. Let's finish strong here. Pill, I feel like wind's still gonna play a little bit. Let's say we're back to 21. It's gonna play at least the 4 yards, so I can afford a little bit of loft, I would say. I was right to loft it. The 101s definitely get me in trouble sometimes. With the way this is, I'm gonna have to baby it coming home. %50%? Get it out here. Nope, it's low. I underswung it. Gosh darn it. Not the accursed underswing. Ah, man. You're like concerned about giving it too much of a thwack. Okay, overall with that round, I'm very happy. I mean, if we look at it big picture, 22 unders for all the cool kids, Skyline. I'll take that. I mean, we made the weekend, but this is how. So we opened the round exactly how you would want to, and honestly, we finished the round pretty well how you would want to. We lost the plot 10 through 13. I don't know if I started playing fast. I know we missed the power drive. Put it in the water and then put ourselves out of position with the flop shot. Yeah, few bogeys across these rounds that definitely shouldn't have taken. Yeah, I got aggressive and then forget exactly what happened, but yeah, definitely lost the plot for a few holes there. Mentally, I'm not sure what happened. Probably a little bit of a lapse, and all of a sudden we started to, decide we want to start taking ourselves out of it. But we made the cut. That's the most important piece of it, is we make the cut. Definitely don't want to be in a situation where we're all of a sudden throwing the event entirely. All right, let's run a quick 2-minute break here, and then we'll dive into round 3. Appreciate you guys all hanging out, watching. Likes, follow, subs, all those good things if you're enjoying. And yeah, I'll see you guys back in 2. It's raining! Ads. Oh no, not the 8-foot blow it by down the hill. Oh no. Yeah, that's not ever a good time. Okay, we're moving to the green tees, but we got very high winds, moderate, and defaults of some sort of moderate. I'll have to check out what that is. Okay, but that means that if we can manage the winds, things will be fairly forgiving. 317, 330. The thing is, with it being moderate, I don't think you can quite get all the way down there, especially with that uphill. That being said, we're kind of in a nothing to lose situation, so I only got 102. Trying for one of JB's 108s, but I just don't have the skills for it. Just don't have the skills to 108 it. Months and months in, still red rhythm on putts. I don't know if I should be helping you, Skyline, because obviously, you know, we compete against each other. Be smooth, like, you want to be smooth, but you want to be committed. Don't hesitate. Like, don't try and feather it and be like, okay, now. You want to, like, know your distance and just commit to the downswing. That'll wipe away a lot of the red rhythm. You should just get it into perfect to, like, plus or minus, like, maybe plus 1% kind of territory. Not really minus. Whenever I hesitate, that's where I get, like, big negatives or big positives. Tried to get that to kick. But yeah, so for me, 42%, right? Like, I know what that pace is. I know this is a baby one, right? But it's 42%, and I just go to it and commit. Like, just hit the transition. It's 0.45% extra power. It's when you get to 42 and you, like, hold. You're either gonna get, like, a big negative if you come through slow on there, or if you hit a jerk. You gotta, like, you gotta be smooth and committed is the way that I think about it. What's going on, Rome? Think using 3-click controls is cheating? I don't think it's cheating. I think it's, in this game, I don't think so much. In the last game, though, I think it was definitely easier. So just in a competitive setting, having someone playing with it against swing stick, I didn't think it was balanced on pro, because pro is just easy. Like, I think as you go up to higher difficulties, that conversation changes. Alright, this is coming off of this. Trying to sling draw this, or sling fade this 4-iron. Got it a little too far to the right. Maybe it'll creep onto the green from here? Nah. I know this is dangerous. I'm going for it. Intentional underswing. Nope. Wow. I didn't think it was gonna pick up that much speed. I thought I babied it enough. That's kind of crazy. I thought I had babied that enough. I underswung it. That would have been really nice. All right. I mean, I'm trying to go for the eagle. That's really all it comes down to. I'm trying to go for the eagle. I'm trying to make things happen. Should have hit the ties. Yeah, hit the tie spinner. Never see that ball ever again. What's going on, Heels? How was your stream, dude? Welcome on in, everybody from Heels'. We, ooh, Golden Kappa? Okay. What were we up to tonight? Yeah, what's going on, Lockstead? Welcome back. Yeah, I underswung it, but did not underswing it enough. Let's make up for that shot. Let's make up for that shot. I closed it. Ooh, fairway bounce could actually be nice. Maybe too much. Because these say moderate, but it's really just under fast. Giving myself some not so fun stuff. Touch of golf, then some Battlefield? How are you liking the new Battlefield? I'm not really a shooter guy these days. I definitely enjoy, like... Definitely enjoy my Halo and stuff, but playing competitive shooters... Not really my thing. Get in there. What up, Doctor? Welcome back. Apparently you're trash at Madden. Bought 26. Randomly drafted onto the Giants. Still can't be a starter. You're back up to a team who has no O-line. That does not sound like a recipe for success. At all. I actually think 3-wood makes more sense because you get more, more club into that headwind. You should let smart people like me go to the front lines. Oh, is that why? Is that why I'm bad at those games? I used to play Call of Duty and Halo, like, a ton back in high school, but anymore. I mean, obviously we play a bunch of golf, but, like, single-player RPGs and stuff. I think I just get more of a kick out of trying to... Yeah, out of the challenge of those games than I do. Getting wrecked against kids in shooters. The uphill took the wind out just a little bit too much. Just shooters are the stationary target. They do say golf shot. So you might have a point. You might just have a point there, D-Brad. Get in there, Jacob. I used SingStick in 2K23 and enjoyed it, but you've had the same controller since then. Probably time for an upgrade. I've been using this PS5 controller, Rome, for probably like 3 years. I don't use it for golf. I've been using this Xbox controller since 2014. The rubber is like worn off and we're down to the plat. This one is probably due for an upgrade. I have like thousands upon thousands of hours of video games in that. Thousands in Dark Souls and Elden Ring and stuff alone. New Call of Duty skins in the PGA Superstore next week. Highly doubtful. Highly doubtful. Enough new stuff from the last one you bought in 21 that you're yeah, I mean, if you buy it that infrequently, you're definitely going to get enough new things. I think the problem is when you're like an annual purchaser of the game. I think that's where things start to get a little bit bland and harder to notice. Yo, what up, Tricky? How are you doing? I closed it. Every once in a while, I'm just turning it over a little too much. I think that wind shifted and I made the adjustment directionally, but I didn't make the adjustment for... Not a bad effort. I didn't love the approach swing though. That snap coming at me out of nowhere is always a bad time. On your OG stock PS5, feels like it's 4 years old now. Yeah, mine's my OG stock PS5 controller as well, Skyline. I bought mine right before, like the spring before 2K23 came out, so what, that would have been 22. So I guess mine's like, yeah, 3.5 years old at this point. See, I think this is a little bit short. I don't think you're gonna get 30, but that's too long. 240, something like this. Now, you have to hit it. Nailed it. Oh, that's gonna be too far. Even with it being moderate, it just kicks, man. Extra 1.6% of the overpowered, but just chase down. I mean, we got a 20-foot look for eagle, so that's got to count for something. It's got to count for something, but yeah, I don't necessarily love how far that flew. Okay, we've been getting better feels on some of those putts. Didn't start aborting shots randomly months ago. Yeah, I mean there are certain times where eventually you just have to. The controller forces your hand, right? Sometimes the controller just forces your hand, and nothing you can do about that. Nobody eyes them beads up better. I think of a lot of people who eye them beads up better. Hey, take it easy, Heels. Thank you again for the raid, man. Always appreciate you throwing your folks over here. I will catch you later, of course, sir. Don't really want to flirt with short. I think it's steep enough. I think it's steep enough red. I think it's steep enough red that if we go off that backstop, it'll come down. Say, as long as it doesn't park up top there, we're good. I think that's how you play that one. Tried to drive this green with a balloon cut, it didn't work. I don't see that one happening. Just the way that the front of that green is. Okay. Let's, oh, I bugged it out. I queued the yardage book up before it transitioned. Okay, this is where things are the most difficult for me. Having to play the shot shaping game with this. Oh, it's short. I lofted it. It should still spin, yeah. Lofted the choke shot. It's not a fun foot lie. It's not a fun foot lie. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Having a 62 came very much so in handy. I don't have the 62. I feel like it would probably be a smart choice. But I don't know, the 62 already has some, like with headwinds and stuff. Like the 60 already has some spin control. I mean, if you get the strong enough headwind, you have to go all the way up to like an 8 or a 9 iron to not spin back. But that's, I guess, kind of besides the point. I'm just a creature of habit. What can I say? It's just been, we're on long enough that now it's like a lot of work to change. This is the awkward distance. De-loft it quite a bit. I don't know that I love that, but problem is, I de-lofted it, but I also hit 101 and like over 1% extra power on that. I didn't swing it smooth and at the right point, so you know, inevitably we put ourselves in not a great spot. Yeah, what's going on, Rev? My day was good. How about yours? We're falling in from there. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. Love to see that go in. Equal degree gaps. Well, so my wedges, I have 60, 56. Yeah, I get that. It's the 6th degree. Because that's a 10-yard gap and that's a 16-yard gap. So I do definitely understand what you're talking about there. Let's do this. Actually, hold on. Let me take a look at this green again. There's a smart play with the wind of playing from the left side of this tee box. But I'm really trying to sling my direction here, so... I don't know if this is going to get enough distance. Yeah, it's kind of tight. Kind of tight. Hey, what's going on, Luke? Thank you. What are we streaming tomorrow? We're going to be back on Mega Bonk tomorrow. I had an absolute blast with that game. Absolute blast. And I am very much so looking forward to playing some more of it. Going for the chip. The maybe smart play here would be to go for like a long super flop. But again, we're kind of just trying to make scores. Overpowered. Yeah, 3% over, and it looks like it. What game? Mega Bonk. So it came out a little bit ago, maybe a couple weeks ago now. It's a new roguelike game. It is very fun. Very, very fun. I guess it's technically a roguelite because there's meta progression. But yeah, I've been having an absolute blast with it. Nice center cup. Beautiful big sling, brutal kick into the water. A little bit too much fun with Sculptor these days. I love the Sculptor, man. It fits my eye, I feel like. I'm gonna underswing this because we're gonna have a big tailwind, so I don't want to get too far down. That's actually gonna work out perfect. I'm just gonna take this straight up because I think this might even come out a little bit short. Get it a little bit left of the hole. Kick forward, right, go in. Fine, don't go in. Never heard of that game? It's new. Look it up. I would recommend looking it up. It's $10 on Steam. I was very quickly hooked on it. Very simple concept. Start with a character. They have, you know, an attack, and then you go around the map. It auto attacks, and you can upgrade like your attack speed, the damage, the number of projectiles, and like waves of enemies slowly pick up and keep coming after you. And so you're trying to survive. You're trying to beat the mini bosses and the main boss. You know, as you get better, you can go after clearing 2 bosses or 3 bosses. It's a lot of fun. People keep asking me about it, like what it is, because it is new and such. I gotta figure out like a better way to describe it. I feel like I'm doing it an injustice. Okay, I misplayed that. What's going on, Pat? Playing all 4 today? Yes. Yep, this is round 3. Despite what Skyline says, this is round 3. I'm not 32 under with 7 to play. We're okay at the game. We're not that crazy though. I closed it. Yeah, 6 degrees closed on a right to lefter is certainly not a good recipe. Doesn't mean I necessarily would have made it anyway. At the game, like the game they do on Esports Championship? No, it's not like League of Legends. It is not like League of Legends. So roguelike games, if you've never played them, Hades is a roguelike, if you've heard of that one. That's a very popular one. Basically, it means that every run is different. You have like a base concept, every run is different, but roguelikes they tend to be single player. They're not competitive, usually. But yeah, it's a ton of fun. It is an absolute ton of fun. Next week's course? Oh, did you already get a Megabonk course for Plat? Sick. I'm gonna go 9-iron choked and use the backstop. Actually, hold on. I don't even know if we'll need the backstop. This might just, like, hop and skip up very nicely for us. I closed it. Gosh darn it, Colby. Elevation killed the wind. Video killed the radio star. Elevation killed the wind. That's rude. That's rude. Tied after 2 with our finished morning streamer? Fine. Feel fine. I mean, we left a bunch out there. I'm just happy to make the cut. That's like goal number 1. 19. So let's play 31 in the face. So I need like 180 is gonna be short. Choke 6. It's gonna be tight. I'm okay if this goes a little bit long. Just don't really want to be caught short. I mean, that's buttery smooth. It's turning back right. Really good distance, actually. Look at that sit in its own divot. I just struggle with that because when the wind is that strong, the littlest bit of shaping, if you don't get it straight, it curls. I almost am better off like guaranteeing that it's a fade and playing it out, or guaranteeing that it's a draw and playing it out. That might be the approach that I need to start taking. Oh no. I wasn't committed. I underswung it and I did the underpower. Dang it. I was focused on like my up and down and I didn't commit to the downswing. Whoops. Let's take this safer shot. So let's give it a little bit better of a line. I've been trying to use this shaping a little bit more. You had 35 in mind looking at that? Yeah, I was playing at like 31, 32. And we hit it 101. So, I mean, it was definitely in that ballpark. Uphills take out a lot of wind. Now it's on an elevated lie. 127, 121, we'll call it like 119. We'll take it, give it a touch of loft. Pushed it. That's the right distance. Being straight at it would have been great. All right, come on, let's make the putt instead. Soft and ultra whiplash. No, I hate when there's like huge disparity because it's already, even if you have the same green speed, unless the green is way softer. I mean, unless the fairway is way softer than the green, like, yeah, the whiplash of just being on the fringe and stuff. Or like having the really high speeds and for like the way things accelerate. It's just not good. Okay, come on. Now we gotta be committed. And I overdid it. Now I'm too committed. Wasn't really expecting that one to be so over. I snapped it. I went for the overpower. Not that we could get there in 2 anyway. Just make sure we're in the fairway. How about the Eagles, Chris? I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm holding out hope that they can turn things around this year. I know we're referencing last year, but you know, as a proof that things can turn around, but also the O-line is not as healthy, not in as good of shape. Wind's just taking over. Distance is great again, but wind is not doing it for me. There we go. Look at that. You hit quads and actually make the putt. NFL, anybody can win on any day. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing of it. You know, you think like, oh, look at the Eagles lose those last 2 games. Cowboys have a tie. They lose again. The Bears beat the Commanders. Like, you know, it's easy to sit and point fingers at other teams and be like, oh, I should have won that, or like, we're gonna dominate, but like, they are teams of paid professionals, right? Everybody's out there trying to win. Everybody's got high caliber players of some degree. Yeah, you still got to get out there and do your job. The wind still didn't get it right. I want to putt this. No, you suck. Come on. Gotta give that to me. Just pushes inside of 50. I don't think we get enough yards for that to work, unfortunately. I mean, maybe if you could in the process get some hard counts and stuff going, then maybe, you know, if you get people to jump, give you some free yardage every once, like, just keep lining up for it and then pull out just on one of them, pull out the trick play. $229, $223. Still short. I'm hoping with the choked and the uphill and everything. See, I thought it would turn it back. I guess I should have played a full 3 hybrid. think it would have been long. But I guess there was enough above the feet that it made that headwind straight, which is kind of the way that I've tried to play it in the past and have been getting it a little bit wrong. %. Come on, one more putt here for the round. I left it just a little bit high. Not a terrible look. We'll take it. Made so many bad win calls in the final 2 rounds. Sometimes you just don't know what enters your head. Oh yeah, and it's like there's so many factors to it, right? What way is the ball sitting, right? So like that is ball above my feet. It's gonna want to go left with left hand spin. Well, the thing is, if it's only a little bit, that wind is going to play like crossing, right? It's going to play crossing in and start to push it back to the side. But if it gets enough, now you've got opposing forces in the same direction. Now you're just cutting into the wind. And so like you're trying to balance all of that plus how much wind there is. Because if you get it turning sideways, right? Let's just say it's a 20-mile-an-hour wind, right? For easy numbers. If you're playing pure headwind, you know, maybe you're probably playing 32, 33, 34, like miles, like let's say 34. Call it 35. Let's just say 35 miles an hour head on. But if you get it deflecting, you know, you're gonna get a few extra yards back. It's still gonna be playing, but as it's feeding you off to the side, you're not hitting directly into it. They had that post-round scorecard? I don't know, man. I don't know. Because it's like, it shows like the round score, but then it's like in overall position at the end of the tournament or something. I don't know. It like, their leaderboards across all these games have always been super funky. Shooting that plane way over everyone's head? Okay, well, you inadvertently have asked for this, so. So now you're gonna get really jank drawing. Alright. Let's, is there an easy way to make it? I want... Let's just fill the canvas here. Alright. Now you're getting ads. Those will have to wait. So if you're on... Does it not want to... There we go. I don't know what that was about. Okay, so if you're on a side hill lie, right, and the wind is going like this. Good enough. It's on a diagonal, right? Your shot is going to want to start here and curl way this way. Well, now you've got this in the same direction, right? So if this is 20, that headwind is now playing, say, like 35. Okay? But if, let's say, this shot, you know, only, you know, say you play this to like a straighter ball flight, well, now this is playing a little bit more diagonal, and so even though this is 20, maybe this is starting to get curled, you know, back towards the end. It's not playing as strong, and it maybe plays closer to like 30, 32. There's a couple yards at play, and the more that goes the other way, if you can manage to play a fade off of this lie, right, and you can kind of hook it in here, the more that this is angled out this way, you know, you can have, like, this would be sharp, but then you're playing headwind. But if you're playing just this, now at some point in the middle, it's gonna kind of straighten out and go the other way. So that's the balancing act that's happening there. And there's a lot of, not only is there your, like, left to right, but you're also having an effect on the distance. Plane has landed. There you go. Trying to help out. I clearly made a bad wind call there at the end. I read it to start peeling back to the right, and it squared it up, and you lose distance and you're left. All the calculations in a 5-degree dad miss. That's your go-to. Yeah, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like you gotta set up for the shot that you're trying to hit. What's going on, Khaled? Hello, hello. Yeah, you gotta go for the shot that you're trying to hit. If you, I mean, you can always, like, try and factor a miss into it, but it gets into this weird game of, like, I feel like it's a numbers game. I mean, it is a numbers game, but you're trying to play the percentages, right? How consistently can I hit a shot? How precise is this shot? What do I have to work with? Where are my dangers at? All that sort of thing. All right, well, we do have one round left, so do not go anywhere. We'll take a quick 3-minute break, and then we'll reconvene for round 4. I appreciate everybody being here and hanging out. If you're enjoying and you're new here, you can drop a follow, drop a sub on the YouTube, or just in general, you can drop a like on the YouTube video. Always helps me out. We will be right back. See you in 3.
It's raining.
Ads. Alright. Let us make sure the capture is good to go, and let's get after it. Round 4. So they've been just moving us through the tees, which makes me believe that these are just mixed tees and not like we're getting shorter. High winds, normal, fast. Is normal less than moderate? Where does normal lie in the spectrum of bounciness? Because that's really gonna dictate a lot. Yo, what's going on, big head? How are you doing? That hole's far back, 431 yards. We're not gonna get that, even with the power drive, downhill, downwind. I can get like 350 carry. I mean, I can bounce it a good way, but you can't get over that front edge and back. Okay, so we've got a... Oh, they do make it interesting. I probably don't want to lay it back here. If I can go for this little hole. We'll take that. Get it down here. Get us into some sort of wedge. Moderate, normal, firm. Okay. Not much, just joined TGC, 47 under qualifier. We're hoping for at least 40. Hey, I always say if you can get to double digits per round, it's always like a good place to start. Now, obviously, there's varying levels of difficulty, right, in the courses that are played. But if you're shooting double digits per round, that's gonna be quite useful. That sounds pretty good for a first qualifier, too, I must say. Choke pitching wedge. This feels long, but this feels short. 30, mid-30s. I don't really want to try and stretch that, so I think I'm going to have to loft the choke pitching wedge a little bit. Did underswing that just a touch. Would have been useful with that bit of uphill. I don't love it. So 151s. I think I do need to get it out here. Hey, thank you for the follow, Big Head. Played the special event, 60 under first round, only 46 under total. Just inconsistent sometimes. I mean, that is part of the thing that separates like the different levels of player is just having that consistency. The fact that you have the potential to shoot that low is a good sign. I don't know what I was thinking there. Like snapped my thumb over. 18. We're not in the worst spot. I might be able to salvage something from this. Maybe. I gotta think pretty... 245. It's sitting pretty out of the heavy rough. That's the part that's got me a little concerned. I'm gonna try and take this hybrid through. kind of hoping for something nice. I just didn't want to be aggressive left-hand side because of the rough. Oh, that's close. Yeah, I think if we go up to the 253, it's a little bit too much. But I think we might be able to... squeeze something here. Oh, it just stayed low. Actually, it's probably the closed. I thought I was in tap-in range. I thought that was tap-in range. Whoops. Whoopsies. Trying to backfill the Pro Tours quite a bit. Yeah, so the qualifier... Yeah, they'll backfill the Pro Tours with the promo event. And then if you shoot well, yeah, probably if somebody's like crazy high scoring in the, or crazy low scoring, I guess technically, in the qualifier, maybe they could hit a Pro Tour. But yeah, upper CCs could definitely be a possibility. But I can't say that I'm very knowledgeable these days about qualifying and how that all pan out for people. Just because we haven't really been in the qualifying game in a long time. Just play the start of game qualifier and ride it out from there. Alright, try and step on this choke 7 so it gets a little bit of release here off of the hill. Take it. Don't want to lose the vibration. It's not as bad as it sounds. It's definitely an adjustment. I've actually got to the point where I get like a jerky reaction when I have the vibration. Feels like it's breaking higher, like more on the right-hand side than it is where the putt's actually gonna cross. No, I underswung it. Gosh darn it, how do I... OB. 2% underswing on that? Really? I was right there for the taking. The thing I have to take away from those shots, even though I missed the putt, it's an execution problem, and it wasn't a read problem. Because a lot of times for me, missing putts is a read issue. So, like, obviously, I want to be making that, but I have to keep that in my mind. $118, it's up 12. I mean, it's still gonna... Despite the wind taking, or despite the elevation taking wind out of this, I think this is what we need. That got spinny. Thought 125 was for CC. I know it was 160 early on. Or at least I'm... or was 160 for the Pro Tours? I could be getting them confused. 160 was definitely a number for one of the tours. There we go. That's better. That's better. Oh, 134 downhill downwind. Actually, this is gonna be fine. This is gonna be okay. Yeah, that'll work. Gosh, that's interesting. Thank you for the follow. A lot of spots to fill at each flight. Yeah, because, I mean, it's later into the game cycle, right? I mean, we've been going since February, so we're, like, almost 8 months into the game cycle. You know, probably like 6 months into TGC. And then on top of that, yeah, you gotta figure that it's the time of year where people play less. Like, as golf season ends, less people are playing the golf game. You would think it would be higher when people can't play real golf, but that has not been the case. I have to, like, underswing this. I gotta be higher because it breaks left to right. So... how am I am closing this every single time. Definitely the best of the mishits. I needed that to have the actual percentage that I set for it. Winter is coming. Inactives just get taken out of the count. You don't lose your tour cards, you don't get demoted. Just takes you out of the count. You maintain that tour card, so if you came back, you would still be on that tour. But it's just not counting people that aren't playing. .2% underswing, that's... yeah. Would have maybe had a chance had we got the pace on it, but... Ever got a hole-in-one, Johnny? I got plenty. I got plenty. If you count challenges, I think we have 19. If you don't count challenges, I think we still have 7 or 8. I think 8. A little close. That could get spicy. Yeah. Not exactly what we needed there. Heavy rough lie. This might not be enough. Well, there's one of those whole the wind is not turning it back over. Just barely not enough. But I feel like another club up might have been dangerous. Okay, 21st hole in one today. You've played 1,800 hours. 1,800 hours before joining TGC. I have 404. Hot dang. But this is the part where I get to blame having a wife and kid. Wow, that was bad. That was bad input, and it didn't climb. But that's also like I'm trying to make things happen. Like I could take the super flop there. It's like we made the weekend, so I'm trying to hole stuff. I'm trying to score unless it's like absolutely can't. And even then I make the wrong choice. So it's like, yeah, we could definitely make some better choices. You've been labbing the lob shot there a bunch? I haven't had, every time that I've tried the lob shot, it hasn't gone well for me. It has been truly no bueno. Play way too much ranked, but you're kind of bored of it. Yeah, I think ranked would be more interesting. I think conditions need to be harder more frequently, but I also think it would be more interesting if it was on Master. I think it being on Pro just is a big piece of what takes the interest away from me. Closed it. No bueno. No bueno. Gotta square that up, Colby. Solid, but no hole in one, Johnny? I mean, maybe not while you're here, but these numbers aren't even correct. Yes. 7. We hit an albatross on Monday. That's not a hole in one, but yeah, I don't know why the game hasn't like recorded my aces properly. I have documentation. I've got all the clips saved. 53, 62 into the 70s. It's definitely got enough. And there's a backstop. Salty guy in rank the other day maxed the shot clock with hit shots that took 30 seconds to finish. That's also part of the like lack of appeal when it comes to playing online. Yeah, why couldn't I just do that on the last swing? That got too far. Downhill, downwind is gonna send me... I didn't think there would be a right-hand kick. I've been in this exact spot before. At least I have more green to work with this time. We'll absolutely take that. We'll absolutely take that. But yeah, True Sim if you're looking for True Sim if you're looking for something a little bit different. No scout cam and such. And by and such, I mean no green grids either. It's on Master Swing difficulty, but it's lacking in just about everything else. It's diagonal win, Colby. It's diagonal win, Colby. It's diagonal win, Colby. Don't play this. I'm just gonna play it stock. Maybe just like a touch of loft. No, no loft. No loft. Diagonal wind. It's gonna be fine. See, it's gonna be fine. Alright, well we hit that bogey in there. I've taken too many bogeys, mostly from stupid choices. I should probably, I don't know. I don't know if that mindset is like too not good. Like, should I stop just trying to go for the hole outs on the weekend? Like, should I be taking the up and down? I mean, I should not be putting myself in a place where I need the flop shot. But I don't have quite the level of consistency that some of these top dogs have. Turned it over. Like, perfect height. Turned it over. I need to start, like, intentionally playing a fade or something when I have those wins, because if I try and play a straight ball, I feel like I'm getting it wrong. I feel like I'm getting it wrong, like, every time. So if I, like, play this baby fade, like, guaranteed, I know it's starting a little left to right, it's up the hill. Straight at it. Yeah, I'm not really sure what I was supposed to do otherwise, because I had to, if I left it short, it's gonna take a fairway kick instead. Fade on right to left, no, I'm even on the left to right wins, because I think what I'm struggling with is whether I'm getting shape, like if I'm shaping it straight and it's just going to go up and start to peel a little bit, because if I overshape it and it doesn't quite say fade, it's still technically like slightly fading, and then it just gets exaggerated, right? That's the piece that I'm struggling with. Nice putt. Try and bring it home. Try and bring it home. We've been playing. I can't be like too hard on myself. We've been playing pretty well. It's always the mental lapses, whether it's an input mistake or like we just grossly misread something. I think sometimes I just, so like here, right? Even if I try and straighten this shot out, it's still coming out to the right. Headwind is into the face, but that should come out peeling right to left, and then this is where I get tripped up. Like, how much is this gonna keep turning over from the wind? $33, 11, 22. It's gonna be short. Need to punch it. See how it came out like way left? It ended up holding up, but it took a pretty sharp line left off of that lie. So some of that's where I'm struggling. When it's head on like that, it's not as bad unless it's really high. It's when it's like slightly diagonal that it becomes more problematic. We're gonna get away with that. I think it does kick a little bit left here. Would a headwind prevent your natural shape from coming around as much? No, so headwinds, so tailwinds, you don't get as much shape. On headwinds, it accelerates the shape, especially if it's, you know, if you get a wind like this, it's gonna typically accelerate it. If I was fading it and then the wind was like this, it would pick it up even more because it's also like blowing sideways. If you have a pure tailwind though, that kind of nullifies some of that distance adjustment. 168, 160, wind at the back. It's gonna be too long. This is gonna be too short. That's 152. I can't imagine that the wind is going to get us that long. I'm going to be into that giant freaking thing, so. Like, I'm going to play a baby fade here, because I know that that means it's going to want to curl left to right up the hill, and the wind is kind of holding it up that way. So I can just kind of start it a little bit here and then hold it. 160, call it like 158. Right, so now I'm playing a little baby cut there, and I know it's going to be feeding that way. As opposed to guessing, is it going to come out straight and how is the wind going to take hold of it? Force myself into something I know. Right, it's hard, JB, to play a straight ball because I'm guessing where in here is straight. Because if you had, we can go to the range afterwards. If I had the thing on, you know, you would notice that it is not straight necessarily, even though it doesn't say draw or fade. Right, there's a period of time in there where it's slightly drawing or slightly fading, and if you have enough wind, it's gonna pick up on that. Shots on the headwinds, tailwinds always go a little extra left or right. Yeah, tailwinds probably not as much. Headwinds a little more. And then obviously if it's uphill less, downhill more. You know, you're compounding errors. Or not compounding errors, but you're just compounding what's going on. So like here, if I play a little bit of draw, it's already got draw spin off of this lie, right? It's going right, coming left. I can try and cut it up against it a little bit. Or at least more straight ball it, but it's gonna come out left. think it's still gonna want to turn. I'd rather be out to the right though. Yeah, see how that then like came out straight because we were able to nullify the direction, but if I let that have draw spin, it would have really picked it up. Try to memorize it. Got to go more the longer the club you have. Usually group pretty well in the irons. Yeah, that might be something that I need to do, is like actually, you know, come up with some sort of method to the madness instead of just like shaping it somewhere in the middle. But it's hard, like if you have a ball above your feet, below your feet, can all play a role. That's still low. I know, guy. I'm disappointed too. It's like I'm always trying to shape to normal, but like this is draw, this is technically still draw. So like if I want to play a baby draw but have the same swing, I get it like just to where it marks in. Then it starts to straighten out, and then it starts to fade, and then it hits the actual fade number. But like somewhere in here is like the straight ball. But it's hard to guess, right? Because if I'm one way or the other, this wind could pick up entirely differently. 203, 206. So like here, I'm just going to actually play a fade. Downwind playing that way, it's not going to cut quite as much across. The weird thing that we could try and do here is hit this ridge. Because if you're trying to come at it from that angle, you played it off of this ridge. 94, 197. I think this would kind of keep you down in here, if I had to guess. Might be safer, because like if you're trying to come over this, kind of a funky shot. No more thinking. Play the ridge. See how hard you can get it to swing towards that hole. I know it's uphill, but pin high straight up. It's not straight up the hill. There's still break. I just feel like you can't go with the head on the way that that green is contoured. I'm not really too upset with that shot. I know I had it. I thought it was going to turn a lot more at the end. I added some more back to it. Tough putt. Hoping with a shot like that that we would have had something more straight up the hill, but that was not meant to be. Alright, let's get one last good one. So this is a definite like draw shot. Right? You've got You've got the wind playing. It's 196. I mean, you're getting like 12, but it's uphill. Be 184. This is gonna, the 5-iron is gonna go long. But choking the 5-iron is gonna be too short. So I'm gonna try and like de-loft this through, cut the wind a little bit more, and give it a chance to kind of run. And yeah, let's just imagine this ball is gonna come out from above my feet. It's gonna come out left, and it's gonna curl, and that wind's gonna keep pushing it, slinging it. It's right to left on the green. I'll go out here. Pulled it. Oh, I got through the wind too much. Just go dunk it. Okay, my D-loft was a little too powerful. It's actually not terrible. Hold it so it went left. Yeah, I think we had the right idea. Just execution. Low. Oh. I don't know how that grabs. I have no idea how that grabs. I was like, well, we got through the early part and it's turning on me now. Yeah, that's right. We don't play the game enough to unlock all of the Clubhouse Pass stuff yet. Alright, we got to 46. I mean, people just lighten it up here, but yeah, plenty of missed opportunities over the course of the event. I mean, 83% GUR is decent. Sub 18-foot proximity. It's pretty good. Apparently, guys were lighting it up here, though. So, I just suck, I guess. Normally, 18-foot proximity is, like, pretty good. But yeah, 83% greens is. I guess this was an easier. Course. I was just missing stuff. I mean, 50% long. That's kind of nasty. Saved ourselves with a lot of long putts this week. Medium putts still struggled. I mean, 4 bogeys. That doesn't help. I think we left a bunch out there. There were some ugly sorts of things. I mean, if we gave ourselves, like, let's say 5 strokes, you know, take away those bogeys, convert something else to a score. I mean, we're just outside the top 10. So yeah, I'm not too displeased with that. Okay, so I want to check one little thing here. So if we go to the range, we'll just kind of demonstrate the shot shaping. Because I have 90 shaping, so it might be a little bit different for me than for some others. But just like how much shaping we can get. It's like, it's the blessing and curse with the amount of shape we can get. I see you peeking there, guy. I see you. Okay, give me my trajectory. Okay. So like this is still considered normal. That's draw. This is still considered from here to here is considered normal. That's a decent amount of... Even on irons. But that's probably also a good visual to have. You know, trying to get it exactly straight is not a simple task. It's probably actually further from fade than I'm thinking, though. Because if I play that here... Let's just try and, see, so if I started at this sign... I mean, it's gonna obviously start right at the sign. Naturally, we're gonna pull it. Nice. Great demonstration. Apparently, now that the round is over, my brain is just like, no. Yeah, my brain said no more. There we go. So we play that draw, and it's gonna take us just inside the 200. What's going on, Kylan? Good thing they made perfect swing? What's that? But like if we're here, which we would never be to this, but let's just see what the difference is. I mean, immediately just that little bit you can see is already over a yard, right? And as that, you know, you're trying to be precise with things and you get side hill lies and everything involved. Very much so changes things. Either difficulty setting or controller, depending on who you have. The straight ball went there. Now the wind's high enough that the draw gets us all the way to the other side of that 200. Okay, so that's a better example. That's a better example. So from the left edge of the light green to over there, just the difference between this and this, right? Very minuscule. But already you can see that that's, you know, from here to here, that might be 4 or 5 yards. You know, so even if you split the difference, you know, and you're looking for a straight shot and you actually hit somewhere here, like you're talking several yards when those winds get high. Then you throw in foot lies and stuff to make that even harder to square up. You can see how you start getting sideways pretty quickly, and then it also changes the distance that your ball flies because you're playing it into the wind more or less. Wind affects the shot shaped against it a little more than shaped with, until you get to very highs, and then it flips. I think it depends on how much shape you're playing. Because the whole concept is how much wind counteracting the side spin that you've got on the ball, right? Because you'll watch a shot start to peel and straighten out and turn back. You can sling pretty heavily for a little while, and then eventually the winds get high enough that it always takes over before the end of it, and you fade out to the side. Can we go back to paint? You like that? Splaining time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna do it for tonight. We will be back tomorrow night. Now, it won't be golf. We'll be playing some Mega Bonk, but we will be back to golf next week. Either way, if you enjoyed, drop a sub on the YouTube, follow on the Twitch, all those good things. We have a Discord. You can even like the stream if you wanted to. Just throwing it out there. It's something you could do. But yeah, that's gonna do it for us. Labbing was with the default shaping, so about minimum. Yeah, so it's just things to take into consideration, like when you're trying to tweak it. If you're that little bit off, now like if I commit to the one, and I know exactly how much it's gonna play, and it's gonna start slinging more to the left, yeah, more left to right, and like playing with the wind. Sometimes you're gonna shape against it, but like having that in mind. The straight shot, there is a little bit of variance because if you get it on the wrong side, right, even with the slight tailwind, if I'm not straight and I'm a little bit here, it's gonna ride the wind just a bit more. All right, so we'll rate out here. Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, I will catch you guys later.